We keep it simple, but we keep it real. What's going on, everybody? Yes, come on in the building. Come on in the building and get ready with your girl. Yes, I'm getting ready to go to the doctors. I got a doctor's appointment this morning, and I'm getting ready to go to the doctor. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? How y'all good people doing out there in the world? I hope everybody's doing great. I hope everybody's doing great, 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 great. As for myself, I'm doing great. All praises to the Most High. All praises to Yahuwah. All praises to Yahuwah. Yahuwah. Yes. What's going on, y'all? I want to talk about something while I'm getting ready. You know that that you know that some people, well, I'm gonna say some people, but when you're broken and damaged about something, right? Because I hear some people uh talking about men. I hear some men talking about women. But let me say this. When you are broken and damaged, right? And you are talking about uh like a woman hurt you or a man, hurt you, or you've had several relationships where somebody hurt you, right? Let me tell you something. That is something that you have to heal from. Because if you go around thinking that all men are bad or all women are bad because, you had a few bad apples that hurt you, your life will never be right. It's never going to be right. You have to heal from those type of things. You really do. You really do, good people. You got to heal from that because if you you know, keep on running around thinking that, you know, uh, the person that hurt you, you run around angry with that person all the time. That's not good. That's not good at all. You got to heal from that stuff. You really do. You have to heal from it so that you can, so that you can get better. Because everybody is not bad. Just because you had a few bad seeds, right? Or a few bad apples. That doesn't make everybody bad, good people. That don't make everybody bad because you had a few bad apples that hurt you. That don't mean all women is bad. That don't mean all men is bad. You know? But I be hearing people talk and they always talk about I be hearing a lot of people talk about, some people talk about men talk about women, some women talk about men, and they talk like all men are bad. Hello, 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 Luke. How are you? Thanks for tapping in with your girl. Come on in the building and talk with me while I get ready for the doctors. But yeah, that don't mean everybody is bad because you experienced, because you had bad experiences. You know what I'm saying? What you have to do, you have to heal from that. You can't allow that to make you, hate every woman or hate every man because you got hurt. Okay? And then you got to look at the whole scenario and ask yourself, why did you get hurt? What happened? What happened that made you hurt? What happened? Was it something you did? You know? Because sometimes we do things, but we don't want to acknowledge it. You understand? So if you was in that relationship and some kind of way you ended up getting hurt, go back and look at that whole scenario and ask yourself, did you do something that caused that? You know? Because maybe you did. Maybe you did do something that caused that. You know? But yeah, I wanted to speak on that because I heard it. I heard quite a few people talking about, I heard some women talking about how bad men are. And the way they was talking was like all men are bad, you know? And I just don't believe that. I don't believe that. No, I'm not in a relationship or nothing. But I don't believe that all men are bad. Just like I don't believe all women are bad. I just feel like some people had a bad experience with some men that caused them to think the way they think. you know? And let me tell you, you keep thinking like that, you're not gonna you're gonna find yourself believing that. You know, you're gonna find yourself believing that type of shit. That all men are bad or all women are bad. You're gonna find yourself believing that. You gotta heal from that. You really do. You really do. Or that'll take you down. That'll take you somewhere where you don't want to be. I'm telling you. For real. So you gotta heal from those things and stop letting those things beat you down. Cause that's what happens. When you get hurt, you get angry. Right? Some people when they get hurt, they get angry. And they allow for their emotions to take over. And then they start getting mad and stuff with the person that hurt them. And they start looking at everybody as being bad. You know? Hi Luke, how you doing? And everybody's not bad. Everybody, all women are not bad, all men are not bad. You know? So you know, I'm just saying. And then some people go into a relationship thinking that, how can I put it? No, some people go into a relationship already being broken and damaged. You know, so sometimes it don't take much to hurt that person because they came in it broken and damaged. You know, so you could say something, and whatever you say could just rub that person the wrong way because they already mad. They already, you know what I mean? Walking on, how can I put it? They already walking around with their feelings on the tip of their sleeve, you know, on the tip of their sleeve. So it don't take much to hurt that person. So, you know, you gotta watch out for that too. You know, no, I ain't been in a relationship in a while, and I'm okay with that because I just don't. You listen, I'll do it when I'm ready. I got some other things that I'm doing right now, you know, and just a relationship is just not in my. It's just not there right now. It's not something that I want to get into. You know, a relationship. I don't want to get into that right now. I started a business and stuff, and I'm working on that. You know, I'm trying to build myself up in other ways. So a relationship is just not something right now that's on my you know, it's not for me right now. Maybe later, you know. I don't know. I don't know. But I think sometimes people just be doing too much when it comes to relationships. I really feel like that. I feel like people be doing too damn much. You know? They do. They be doing too much. I really feel like that. Now I could be wrong, but that's just how I feel, you know. People do too much when it comes to relationships. And it can get on your nerves. It really can. It can. It can get to your nerves sometimes. The shit that people do. Because for one, I don't want to ever feel like I'm raising somebody, you know? No, I don't want to raise you. I don't want to be raising nobody. I know that. You know, I don't want to be in that predicament where I'm raising somebody. No. No. Mm-mm. No. I don't want to do that. Raising somebody. No. Mm-mm. No, we're not doing that. Nope. I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to be a part of that. Because they go both ways though. Don't get me wrong. Because some women come into midlife and the men, some men be feeling like they gotta raise the women. They gotta raise the woman. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be with somebody I gotta teach, or it feels like I'm raising them all over again. I don't want to go through that shit. I really don't. I don't want to go through that. For real. I would like to have someone that's, how can I put it? I would like to have somebody that's on my level. Somebody that know what they doing. They know where they going. They know what they want. The whole nine. I don't want to be with somebody I'm raising. That's just something I don't want to go through that. I don't. No, thank you. Mm-mm. That's just not in my, that's not it. Listen, that's not in my cards. I don't want to be raising nobody. No. Because I feel like, and that goes for a man or a woman. I feel like that was your mother's job to raise you. That's not my job. That was your mom's job to do that. You see what I'm saying? So that's something I just don't want to go through with no man. I don't want to be trying to raise him. I feel like if you out here trying to date, you should be already raised. You know what I mean? You should already be, like seriously, you should already be ready. If you out here trying to date and stuff, you should already be built for the storm, baby. That's how I look at that. I don't want nobody I gotta be, trying to raise up. No, thank you. No, I don't want to do that. That's not something that I want to do. That's not something that I want to do. I don't want to be raising somebody. Especially when I done raised kids and stuff, I done raised my children and stuff. I don't want to be raising no man. I don't. And I know that's how men feel. Men don't want to raise a woman. So, I just want somebody that know where they going. And like I said, right, I don't want a relationship right now. I would like to find a good friendship. Somebody I could be friends with. But I don't want seriously, I don't want that shit where I gotta feel like I'm raising somebody. No, thank you. No. No, sorry, bud. I don't want to do that. No, thank you. And I'm not being mean. Don't get it twisted. I'm not being mean or nothing. I don't want that responsibility of raising a man. That don't even sound right, raising a man. That don't even sound right. Even when you say it don't sound right. And a man don't want the responsibility of raising a woman. He don't want to raise no woman. Shit. And I know I don't want to raise no man. I tell you that from the giddy up. I don't want that. I don't want it. I just don't want to do that. It's too much. It's too much. It really is. It's too much. Shit, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I know y'all think I'm crazy. I ain't crazy. I'm just telling the facts. I don't want to be raising no man. I don't. And a man shouldn't want to raise a woman. You see what I'm saying? That go both ways. Should nobody want to be out here? Nobody should be out here trying to raise a man, or trying to raise a woman. We should already be established. We should already be established for that. Especially if we out here looking for a relationship, you should already be ready. Seriously. You should already be ready. If you out here looking. That's just how I feel. You know what I'm saying? That's my shit. That's just how I see it. If you out here and you looking, or you trying to have a relationship, that means you should already have your shit together. If you don't know what you want, and you don't know, where you're going, which way you're going, and what you want, then don't be out here trying to date. That's just how the hell I see it. Don't be out here trying to date and shit. If you don't know where you're going and what you're doing. I hate that when somebody call me when I'm on live. That irritates me. That really bothers me. And then when you answer, they don't say shit. Oh man, I forgot my bank card. Yeah, but yeah, you should know which way you're going and what you're doing if you out here trying to date. That's just how I see it. If you don't know which way you going and what you doing, you don't have no business trying to date. That's how I see that. You know? Because like I say, a man don't want to raise a woman, and a woman don't want to raise a man. It's just that simple. So that's how I look at it. I feel like if you out here looking, then you should know what you want, and you should know what you want to do and how you want to do it. You know? That's just how I look at it. It shouldn't be no games played if you out here searching. You know? Should nobody be playing no games and shit if you out here searching for somebody. Or you trying to be, you know what I mean? You trying to be in a relationship. It just shouldn't be. It shouldn't be like that. You should know what you want. What you doing, which way you going, the whole nine. You see what I'm saying? And if you don't, then don't date. Don't come into people's life trying to mess their life up. You should be trying to add to their life, not mess it up. And that's how I look at it. That's how I feel. Don't try to mess up people's life. Don't come into people's life trying to mess their life up because you want to play games. You know, you want to play games and shit. Don't do that. Don't do that. I think that's so messed up. If you trying to date, if you are trying to date, then yeah, you should know what you want. Should nobody have to tell you. You know what I'm saying? Should nobody have to tell you nothing. You should already know what you trying to do if you're out here trying to date. And that's just how I look at it. That's how I see it. You shouldn't be out here playing no games if you out here trying to date somebody. You know? That's just how I see it. Now, maybe some people don't look at it like that. Because some people be out here trying to play games. Let's be clear about that. Everybody ain't on the up and up, which is really messed up on so many levels because you should be on the up and up. You really should. You should be on the up and up. If you out here searching for somebody, you know, and you trying to date and stuff, you should know what you want. You really should. But for some reason, some people just be trying to play games. They don't be trying to keep it real. I'm gonna stay on here a few more minutes, y'all. I just wanted to come on here and talk with y'all. I see some of my people are not on here. I don't see some of my people on here today. I don't see a lot of my people on here today. They might be at work. Maybe they're at work. Y'all, I created a business called Turning Your Story into Income. Okay? And if you're interested, I'll put the link in the description box. I'll put the link down there for you. Because it's a really, you know, it's very powerful. Turning your story into an income. It's very powerful. Yep. And if I can do it, you can do it too. Something broke my face out. It really did. I'm like, I put some of that Aquaphor on my face, but something really broke my face out. I don't like that. It really did. Broke my face out bad. It really did. I'm like, what the hell? Yeah. I'm getting ready to get off here, y'all. Because I'm going to go to the doctor's. I have an appointment to go to. So I just jumped on to talk to y'all for a little bit before I left out, you know. Yep. Yeah, I don't see none of my people on here today. Unless they at work. Because they usually jump on here with me for a little bit. Yeah, I just came on here though to holler at you all. I'm here to go to the doctors. You know, health is wealth. I gotta keep it together. I gotta keep it together. Yeah. Yes, I do. I gotta keep it together. Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot going on in the world. I was sitting back yesterday. My son called me and was talking to me and stuff. We was just talking and touching bases on stuff. You know, just so much going on in the world today. You know? But the only thing we can do is stay prayed up. Keep your head on a swivel and stay prayed up. That's the only thing you can do, honestly. Because what else can you do? It's a lot going on. And it's a trip how these people want to see something bad happen all the time. You know? They keep chaos and confusion going. And that's bad. That is bad. But you know, one thing I've learned is that one thing that I learned is not having conversations about certain stuff like religion, religion, politics, and I think it's something else too. Yeah, I don't even discuss those because those cause a lot of chaos and confusion. People get mad. They want to fight. They want to fight and stuff. You know what I mean? When you start talking about religion and stuff, I don't get into that. No, thank you. Because it's ridiculous. I think it's sad how to the extent that people go when they talking about religion and stuff and politics and stuff. When and it is, it's sad when when like I be wondering what people be such in a rage about. Like, what are you in a rage for about this stuff? Because these people don't care nothing about us. And I just be wondering why people be so in a rage when it you know, about talking about politics and religion and stuff. I be wondering why people get so in a rage. I be like, this is crazy. No, thank you. So those are conversations that I don't really go into because people get real crazy. I remember one time this man told me, he said I wasn't going to heaven because I wasn't a Christian. Yes, he did. I ain't say no more either. Once he told me that, I ain't say nothing else to him. I said, "Oh, really?" I said, "Oh, that's the first I heard of that. Because I'm not a Christian, I'm not going to heaven." I said, "I had never heard of that before." Wow. He said, "Right." He said, "You're not going to heaven because you're not a Christian." I said, "Oh, wow." I said, "Wow, I never heard that before." But I didn't argue with him because he was like, the way he said it, he meant it. You know, he meant it. And it was like he knew he was talking truth. He acted like he knew he was talking truth, you know? I'm like, okay, okay. I ain't even go there. Like I said, those are subjects that I don't even want to touch because people be going crazy about that stuff for no reason. I don't even understand why people go off when it comes to religion and politics. I still don't understand that. I be trying to understand it, but I don't understand it. I really don't. I don't understand none of that. How people get so crazy over politics and religion. Mm. I be like, y'all can have it. Y'all can have it. I don't want no parts of it. Y'all can have that. Yeah, I don't want no parts of it. They can have it. I don't want no parts of it. I sure don't. Cause that's crazy. You know how people get off and get crazy about um religion and politics. People go off. Hey Terry, Grand Rising, Grand Rising. I just came on here for a few. I was looking for everybody. I was like, where are my people at? I guess some people working and stuff. I'm gonna come back on here though. I just came on here for a few minutes to howl at y'all. I was getting dressed for the doctors. I'm getting ready to go to the doctors. So I jumped on here just to howl at y'all for a few minutes while I was getting dressed. You know? Yep. That's all. I wasn't really talking about a whole lot. Yeah. Oh, Tari, I got another he said, please set an alarm on your cell phone for each of these wonderful, informative, and entertaining YouTube vibe. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Tari. Hey, Tari, I got another channel I started. It's called The Quiet Comeback 365. So if you want to go over there and subscribe, you can. I got another channel that I started. Yeah. It's called Quiet Comeback 365. Yep. So if you want to subscribe to over there, we'll be talking about business mainly over there. Okay, like finances and stuff. Um, and not just finances. Basically, what I did, I created a business. My business is called Turning Your Story into Income. And so though that's something that we'll be talking about over there. You know, it'll be strictly about, trying to, start us if you want to start a side hustle or something. That's what we'll be talking about over there. So if that's something you might be interested in, you could subscribe if you want to. I would love to have you. Yeah. Y'all, I'm getting ready to go though. I love you all. Love you, Tari. I'll see you later. I'll be on here later. I don't know what time. I can't say what time. Just look out for me, y'all. Turn on your notifications. I will be back on here later on. Okay?